It's hard to imagine loving Noah Centineo and Lana Condor any more than we already do. Throughout the To All the Boys I've Loved Before film series, the two stole our hearts and held on tight as they brought the epic romance of Peter Kavinsky and Lara Jean's song Covey to life. Both Centineo and Condor have such sunny dispositions that even their most candid moments always draw a smile. So to celebrate their natural abilities to get us grinning, here's a look at some of the bloopers from the To All the Boys I've Loved Before films that make us love Noah and Lana even more. If you thought the paper lantern send-off scene in To All the Boys P.S. I Still Love You was a little too perfect to be true, well, you weren't exactly wrong.
I promise not to break your heart.
In the footage that made it into the film, Peter and Lara Jean send their promises to the sky alongside dozens of other couples with no problem. It's a romantic moment that perfectly sets the tone of the movie from the start. However, it did take a couple tries for the actors to get it perfectly right. In one behind-the-scenes blooper from the film, both stars get a little lesson about working with pyrotechnics.
Background, you're getting... Hang on, all right. Let us cut.
It's hard to tell whether Centineo was laughing at the prop fail or his co-star's fierce reaction, but since no one was in actual danger here, it was all pretty funny.
There's a real fire!
Help me!
It's a fact. Lara Jean and Kitty have the perfect sister relationship.
Don't I look different to you? No.
And it looks like Lana Condor and Anna Cathcart have just as much fun as their characters. Because while the two were filming a nice sisterly scene in which they discussed their dad's blossoming love life, one take went very wrong, and they got into a hilarious food fight on the couch instead.
You're alone, Margaret's gone, Dad's gone. It's just me and you.
Condor seems to have an absolutely unlimited supply of cereal as she stays in character to toy with Cathcart and then puts cereal into her hair, piece by piece. It's a very emotionally poignant moment in To All the Boys P.S. I Still Love You when the Covey family first hosts Trina Rothschild at their traditional Thanksgiving in March dinner celebration. The girls know that Trina and their father Dan may become more than just friendly neighbors. So this meal offers an important opportunity for them to honor their mother's memory and share her legacy with a potential new addition to the family. One topic that comes up is why they traditionally serve canned green beans.
And everyone made homemade goods. Dad brought canned green beans.
But while you might have heard the story of that dish unfold without a hitch in the film, it clearly took Condor more than one take to compose herself once she became infected with a major case of the sillies during the shoot.
Wait, okay. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
Condor can hardly contain herself as she giggles uncontrollably for a solid half minute before getting back to the business of filming her dialogue.
Okay.
It's
not funny.
I know it's not. It's
joke.
not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny.
In To All the Boys, Always and Forever, Peter Kavinsky pulled off one of the series' swooniest grand gestures of all when he channeled the Say Anything boombox scene to show his devotion to Lara Jean. In the film, Centineo delivered the cinematic tribute with perfect imperfection, giving it all the Peter energy fans love.
Peter, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm celebrating your first night as a Cardinal.
But what audiences didn't get to see was that Centineo wasn't quite as coordinated as his character during production. Considering that Peter is an all-star lacrosse player, it would definitely be uncharacteristic for this moment of sheer clumsiness to make it into the movie. But that doesn't mean we don't enjoy watching Centineo's little stumble on a loop anyway. Perhaps the funniest blooper of the entire series involved a bit of cruel improv on Condor's part. By the end of To All the Boys, Always and Forever, Lara Jean and Peter are completely committed to making their long-distance relationship last, even as they head off to two different parts of the country for college. However, Condor may not have been quite as optimistic about the couple's future if this behind-the-scenes chuckle session is any indication.
This is you?
Right.
That's gonna be me.
No.
As literally as far as possible. I don't love you.
Centineo might not have been expecting to spend one of his final days on set getting pranked by his co-star like this, but it sure did make for a funny special feature for the film.
That is a wrap on To All the Boys 3. Congratulations.
Thanks for watching. Click the links in our video to watch more from Netflix Film Club. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.